Hey everyone, and welcome to Cozying Up with the Clear Cut, where we get up close and personal with women that inspire us. Today, I got the opportunity to sit down with the gorgeous and hilarious content creator, Tefi. We chat all about life and career, manifestation, celebrities, you name it. We had the best time. Check it out. Hey everyone, and welcome to Cozying Up with the Clear Cut, where we get up close and personal with women that inspire us. Today I'm sitting down with Tefi, one of my favorite people to follow on TikTok. She is a TikTok content creator and media personality. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Stop it. This is such an honor. Like, for people who can't see us, we're like covered in diamonds. Like, this whole place is covered in diamonds.
We're going to be covered in more diamonds later.
Stop.
Yes.
That's literally my favorite thing to be covered in.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dream is to kind of like this bowl full of diamonds, to like have a bathtub full of diamonds that I can just, I feel like it'd be uncomfortable, but
It'd be a little sharp.
Yeah, it'd be a little sharp, but like in my fantasy, it's not sharp. It's just like very luxurious.
And energetically.
Yes.
You know? Like, sometimes when I'm stressed out, I get all of my crystals. But diamonds, I feel, did you ever watch like Shaws of Sunset?
Yes, I did.
The Diamond Water?
Yes.
I think about it every day. With Jermaine Jackson.
Yes. What is like a typical like day in the life like for you?
Well, I wake up. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the day, right? Like, I stayed up all night. I just put a TV in my bedroom, which is the worst thing I've ever done.
But the best thing.
How was I living before? Yeah. What was I doing?
Yeah.
With my stupid room with no stupid TV?
Yeah.
Like, stupid. So I wake up around like 8 or 9. I wake up at 10. I wake up around 8 or 9. And immediately I check my phone, and I have a WhatsApp group with my management team. So every morning they let me know, calendar-wise and with my assistant, everything that I need to do for the day. So then I play this fun game of, if it's due at 5, can I send it in at 6? That's like a fun game that I do with myself. So I also work a lot with InStyle. So I have meetings with InStyle.
Oh yeah, you do their TikTok content
I do their TikTok, and we're exploring new ways to work together, which is really, really exciting. And their InStyle Awards are coming up. So I'm going to be doing stuff with them for the red carpet. So it's a lot of prep, a lot of talking with InStyle, and then we're always looking for people to do lives with. And 1000% I take advantage, and it's only people that I've ever like wanted to meet. You know, like I'm sure Brittany is going to say no, but I can still ask.
Yeah, of course.
I mean?
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Doesn't hurt to ask. So I have those meetings. I somehow find a way to like eat half a turkey wrap and a smoothie. I always have a blueberry banana smoothie and half a turkey wrap every day.
Wow.
It's my favorite food in the entire world. When people ask me like,
do you ever get bored?
Never.
Okay.
Never. I don't. I love routine. I'm a Cancer. Oh. I love routine. I love stability. I love security. So you already know what dating is like for me. But I do love. And then when I finally do my TikToks or like brand stuff and InStyle stuff, then at night I'll do my personal TikToks. Or I fall asleep from exhaustion. Yeah. Because I'm dramatic.
That can happen.
Like, I can't work like that.
I mean, it's a lot.
It's hard.
It's a lot to be like creating all the time.
Yeah. And I think, so every day I do about like 20 to 25 videos a day.
20 to 25?
Not including reshoots for certain brands. So, and everything that I do for a brand or for InStyle, I write down. Yeah. And I edit. So that time to sit down, and then you want it to perform well because you want to create relationships with people. Yeah. So then when it comes to my personal like TikToks or videos or content, when it's my turn, I like look into my stupid ring light and I'm like, like I have nothing to say. So sometimes on my channels, people are like, oh, get to the point. I'm like, I'm trying to find the point. I'm so tired. Yeah. Like, let me find the point. And I do this thing too, where I'm a one take person. So but
I feel like that's super relatable. That's why like, I really like your content.
Thank you. But sometimes I look back and I'm like, it's dental hygienist, not hygienist. Yeah. You know, like those stupid things. Like on one of my first dates a while ago, he was like, do you want something to drink? And I was like, yes, I'd love a pint of beer. A pint. He's like, huh? No, a pint of beer. I said pint, not pint. Okay. I said pint. That's why. And he was like, why? And I'm like pinto bean. Yeah. And he was like, that's not the same thing. And then I was like, okay, well, you feel like you're really, really rude. I'm going to break up with you in 2 years. Like immediately 2 years later. So yeah.
And what did you, when you were like a little girl, like what did you think that you would be doing as a career? Because like what you're doing now, like probably it didn't exist.
Slaying vampires.
Okay.
Like I was obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
So that was your career goal?
No. So for third grade, everybody has a cool older cousin, right? I'm the second oldest. Okay. So there's one cousin above me. Her name is Maggie, and she went to art school. So you already know I thought she was like the coolest person in the entire world. So she worked at Blockbuster.
Which was cool.
The sickest thing in the world. So then when it was time to do like career day, I remember like everybody was filling out what they want to do, and we could pick out, so you could do one dream job and like another, you could do two
more realistic job.
So I picked working at Blockbuster or a Miami Heat dancer. And the girls before me were
Which one was the reach?
The Miami Heat dancer. The Miami Heat dancer, you know, because I was like, oh, for that I have to practice. But with Blockbuster, I can rewind a movie and rewatch it. I'd also, I think at that time, I'm not sure, Superstar had just come out. And somebody works at Blockbuster. Yeah, so I was obsessed. So when it was time, the girls before me, I was like, what the heckers? People are saying president, astronaut. So they called my mom, and they were like, my mom says, because my mom sat down with me and watched me interview my cousin about working at Blockbuster. They called my mom, and she was like, it was hysterical. She's like, how long do you see yourself working with the business of Blockbuster? And my cousin was like, the summer. Like, and I was like, very interesting, very interesting. So then afterwards, they called my mom, and they were like, well, she said either these two, and I really think you need to talk to her. Maybe she's watching way too much TV. I was, because I said murderer, because I didn't know the word for like CIA assassin. Oh, okay. Which, by the way, I'm way too anxious. Yeah. I would never.
No, like you live a life with high anxiety.
Yeah, it would be like Larry David being a CIA operative. I'd be like, I'm going to tell you the truth. You're in a lot of trouble, and I don't want to do this. I really want to get back home. There's a new season of Curb coming up. Yeah. Like I really, So they called her, and they're like, your daughter either wants to work at Blockbuster, be a Miami Heat dancer, which is sick.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. Or murder people. And my mom was like, I'll have a talk with her later. Or murder people. For money by the government. Duh. Got it. So now I do TikToks.
So, I mean, because now Blockbusters doesn't exist, so that was a career path that just was taken from you.
It was robbed. I was robbed of that opportunity. Yeah. Who knows my potential?
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
So you're from Miami. I'm from Miami as well.
We made it out. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
It's a lot of people don't know people that like truly like grew up there, and it is like a unique culture, I would say.
It is.
How do you, I mean, like when I was in like middle school, I was just like kissing people on the cheeks, like going from class to class.
That's what I do. Thank you. When I moved to New York, so many girls were mad at me. I'm like, she's like flirting with my husband. I'm acknowledging his presence. Nobody wants to kiss your boyfriend, Clarissa.
I mean, if you went from class to class and you didn't kiss someone on the cheek,
you were fighting.
Yeah, you like had a problem with that person.
You're like, you'd write the note and you'd be like, I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
But I hate you back.
You didn't acknowledge my presence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't acknowledge me. Or like the wave, I'd be like, did I do something to you?
Yeah.
We do kisses.
Yeah.
To this day, me and my friends do kisses.
But it's so bizarre anywhere else. Because then I went to a school in Connecticut and no one kissed each other.
Goodbye. It's like, this girl just keeps kissing people. Yeah.
I was like
imagine if I went to a school in Connecticut. The teachers would be like, she wants to murder people and kiss them.
It was the biggest culture shock of my life.
I don't know how you did it.
But I feel like it is like such a unique upbringing. Like, how does that like influence your like content, like your style?
I always tell people that like growing up in Miami is like a very weird, surreal time. When I was growing up, I think now there's more, but when I was growing up, there was no bar culture. If you were going to celebrate someone's birthday, you were going to set or Mackay or live. Like you were not going or bed. Why were we laying down in beds?
We were standing on
I lay down in a bed next to Soulja Boy. I was 19 and I was like, this is cool. That is wrong.
Yeah.
He did give me $100.
Oh my God.
Just to give it to me.
That's a great
I did not
story.
touch Soulja Boy. But he was, it was the weirdest thing ever. And so you start clubbing at like 14, 15.
14, yeah.
I look at 14, 15-year-olds now and I'm like, the way that they let me in.
Yeah.
The way that they let me in. And they wouldn't even ask me for ID.
No. Oh my God, I had a very janky fake ID, but no, what? I like laminated it myself and like cut
like a bus pass.
And we'd use I'd have like half my friends had brown hair and half had blonde hair, and we only had 2 IDs and we'd pass them back.
Oh, the pass back was vital. Pass back. All of us were from Costa Rica or Montana. Yeah. All of us. Like pass back was vital. Yeah. So that's weird. But then also, I grew up in Coral Gables, but I grew up with a single mom who worked really, really, really hard to keep us in that zip code so we could go to those schools. So we were like at the border, like, you know, in Coral Gables where it meets Calle Ocho with those big arcs and there's a Sedanos and Estrella Insurance. That my house is that house, like on Granada. I don't live there anymore. Please don't go to that house.
Don't go to that house.
I'm not there. But that's where I grew up. So she worked day and night. But so then when I went to school and I was around other people, that zip code is very affluent. So, but I would come home and like help my grandma make lentejas and ajiaco. I can't cook for the life of me. But like, I lived in a home where being Colombian was like everything, but it also meant like the way that we spoke, the way that we dated, the way that we worshiped, how we felt about worship, how we felt about what people wore to church. Girl, church is where the best gossip is at. The supermarket too. But like and the way that I dressed too is very like, I remember when I first moved to New York when I was like 22, I saw one of my friends on the subway, but I didn't want to say hi. And later I saw her and she's from Miami too. And she's like, why didn't you say hi to me? And I'm like, I was wearing a coat. It was weird. And she goes like, it is weird that we wear coats. It was weird.
You didn't want to say hi to her because you were wearing a coat?
Wearing a coat. It felt weird.
Was she not wearing a coat?
She was wearing a coat. She was great. She was grateful. It's like a weird thing. I can't explain it. So when in pop culture, when like Miley and Britney were wearing like pockets that were longer than their shorts, yes. Girl, we've been doing that. What are you talking about? So, and culture-wise, I do feel like I have, like identity-wise and how I present myself online, I do feel like I have a community of people that love and support me. So, and it is like the Latinx community for me. Like I always say this example, when I was in elementary school and middle school, the lunch ladies, when you would go to like put in your PIN or whatever, it'd be like, ¿Y dónde está tu frutica? Like, there's no fruit on your plate. Go get fruit on your plate. Like, very involved. Or like, there's nothing green on your plate. Go get some broccoli. And I'd be like, but it stinks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Or like, I don't want to drink milk with pizza. And she's like, it's for your bones. Go get it. Like, that's the kind of way I present myself. And so when people say, oh my God, I wish I had your confidence, I'm like, one, that is so backhanded, I might delete this video. And two, it's because I do feel like that support. I don't know how to explain it.
How did you get started, like, content creating? Like, what was that journey like
Being
for you?
a lunatic. Like, so I think I worked at a production studio. There's these two like iconic production studios called Sandbox and Dune, and they merged together to become one, and it's called Creative Drive. And I was working there, and I was head of like client services and social media. So I was a receptionist, basically.
Client services.
Please. I like appreciate the gesture, but whatever. And being around like photographers and creatives like that, like production, people doing production and art directing and product design and all that stuff, you kind of learn that, can you curse on here?
Yeah.
Like, they never said, oh, I understand, when they would get client feedback. Of course, a little bit. But most of the time, it was like, you can't fuck with my vision. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. And then I'm not for you. Like, very much, I am who I am. And being confident about their choices and confident about what they like and how they like it, right? And especially women. They would be like, no, that doesn't make sense. This is stupid. I'm not going to do it that way. And if you are going to change the way I do it, then you should hire someone else. And that was very important for me to see. I grew up working in wardrobe styling. So I'm also around people who are like, this looks good. If you don't like it, give me back the clothes and get someone else. So I'd always been absorbing that, but then I finally got the courage to kind of like be myself online, which means like just flooding the Instagram story like a little anthill, just flooding it. And then one day I had a friend who said, you know, my friend is working in a startup company as a producer, and they are looking for pop culture hosts. And I know that you've never done anything with like TV, but you can't seem to shut the fuck up. So you should go and audition. And I went, and there's like 500 people that were like bloggers and podcast people and influencers and stand-up comedians and people that went to school for broadcast journalism. And I was the only one that they hired. Because, well, they sat me down in front of a timer, and I didn't know that the people in the audience were auditioning too. I just thought they just brought in an audience, and I love making friends. So I was like, hello, hi. And they sat me down and they're like, you have 15 minutes to talk about whatever you want. And I didn't know what to talk about. So I talked about how at the Met Gala, Harry Styles wore a lace top, and I hated it because lace doesn't let you know where the nipple ends. So he just looked all nipple, and it very much annoyed me. And then Katy Perry, I talked about like, we get it. You're quirky. You don't have to dress up like a burger. We get it. So I talked about that, and I kept going, and then I realized I had like 30 seconds left, and I had to wrap it up. And everybody was like quiet for a second, and I was like, well, it's good that I embarrassed myself. This will build character into my life. That's fine. And then they all laughed, and people got up to shake my hand, and I was like, that's so crazy. And then I went back to my receptionist job. And then the next day they offered me a contract. Wow. So when I started doing TikToks, it was to promote the show that I was doing. It wasn't just like these organic.
And it was the YouTube show?
It was a live YouTube show. So every day at 12:30 I would go live for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And I had I got to hire my own crew, and it was all women, which I'm really proud of, from all different walks of life. And I got my right-hand girl was my best friend, Molly. So it was really, really great. And then COVID ripped my dreams away from me.
How did COVID like change?
Our investors pulled out.
Okay.
But then
TikTok blew up, right?
And I just kept TikToking because I had things that I had written that I thought were funny and that I wanted to share. And then it became more casual. It wasn't so much like I always try to tell myself before I do anything, no one responds to a presentation like some kind of professor. People just want to have conversations. So before I do anything, I like to tell myself like, it's just a conversation, you know? So I started having actual conversations, and I realized with social media, obviously if you want to be successful, people have to like kind of see themselves in their narratives or feel welcome to your narrative. So at the end of the day, I was like telling my friend today, you should do a video about makeup because everybody talks about what the steps are. Yeah. I do eyes first. Am I a lunatic? Everybody else, my friend
You're supposed to do eyes first, but I don't do eyes first.
So that's a TikTok, right? Like that you can do, because then people want to be like, well, this is what I do. And it starts conversations. So my whole TikTok, I'm trying to do is start conversations, and it's worked well for me.
And so like, what advice would you give to like a young woman who's like wants to start creating or like starting something, but like is kind of like nervous or unsure of themselves?
I would say, I know that we see a lot of people who very immediately go viral, and it can be very frustrating to continue to like dedicate your time and effort and the editing or the writing or the planning, whatever it is, to this and not see like the numbers that you want or the feedback that you want. You gotta, oh my God, sorry. You gotta keep going. And I know not everybody's gonna be like Charli D'Amelio, you know? But you don't have to have a big audience to make an impact. And also that it's not that serious. But what I will say is every time you start something new, I always say like when you start a new job, it takes like a couple weeks to like get your bearings. Like, what's my lunch spot? Like little things like that. Like, what's the bathroom that I go to for special time. You got to pick like your places. So you got to start now so you can kind of like, is it get your bearings? Is that the word? So you can do the bearings. So you can do the bearings.
So you like get comfortable.
So you can get comfortable and figure out what you like and what you don't like. And the sooner you start that, the sooner you can get more into like your flow and discover that flow. The more you wait, the more time that's going to take. When I look at my first TikToks, I want to like Hattori Hanzo, like Kill Bill.
Well, they always say if you're not embarrassed by like your first like launch or your product, like you waited too long.
Yeah, exactly. Like one of my friends is a jewelry designer, and she's like, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't believe I tried to sell that jewelry. Horrible, But that takes time with everything. Yeah. Like even liquid eyeliner, it takes time.
I'm still figuring out liquid eyeliner.
This left eye is gonna be the death of me. I can't figure it out.
It's always the left eye. That's hard.
1000%. So I think at the end of the day, it was like, it's time to be brave. And if you want to do it, why not give yourself the opportunity? Like give that gift to yourself.
Well, there are a lot of like trolls online,
yes,
and there's a lot. You subject yourself when you put yourself out there to a lot of like negative comments or like haters. So how do you deal with that?
I don't. No, but so I think there's this like online etiquette that we like adhere to a lot. That's kind of like, oh, don't block them. Who cares? And I look at people, I'm like, you're a doctor. Like, what do you mean, who cares? Like, you probably read your ZocDoc reviews and you get pissed. Don't even, like, to deny that it hurts your feelings is ridiculous. It hurts all of our feelings. And what kills me is that, like, I'll have a million comments and it'll be 2 people.
Yeah.
That'll be like,
you focus on the negative one.
And there are always these Midwestern white women named Sharon, Rebecca, Karen, and you go to their page and it's all like barbecuing with their husband and their small children. I'm like, but how did I piss you off? Yeah. Like, it's, do you even know do you know who Miley Cyrus is? Like, I have no idea. So I look at that and I'm like, oh, okay, you're miserable and I'm blocking you. So I think for me, what helps is I'm going to empathize with you, but not to the point where you have access to me anymore. So I'll look at the person and I'll read it. Or if it's like a gray, like a
user, whatever,
empty profile picture and a user 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I'm like, 1, get over it. You're obviously my ex. Whatever. And then 2, I'm so sorry that you felt the need to say that. And then I block them. But when people are just like, yeah, I don't let it get to me. The nerve you have to look at me in my eyes and lie. Mm-hmm. I've never met, I think about like the biggest creators. I've met them and they say all the time, I'm having a really bad day. I went through my comments.
Yeah.
It was I'm going to say this, something that helps me. I look at Beyonce's YouTube videos and people have the nerve, the gall, and the audacity to speak ill on Beyonce, Giselle, Knowles Carter. So if they're going to talk about Beyonce, they're going to talk about me, or what they called me in 8th grade, mole girl. They're going to talk about mole girl. So don't even worry about it. But make sure that you restrict yourself in way of like blocking and, leaving those people.
I've been blocking and muting more people now, and I feel like it helps like your mental health a lot to not like fixate on that kind of stuff.
Muting on Instagram, how do I say this? I want you to know that I'm mad. I want you, so it's not enough for me.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, but then I can't handle the conversation. I'm like, I'll handle the conversation. I'll do that. I'll have it. We can have that.
I'm working my way.
I know, but then the people that I do mute are people that I do support and people that I do love, but they might trigger some body stuff for me.
Yeah, exactly. So. Like, you don't want to like block them. They haven't done anything to you, but you're like, I just not good for me to like see this all
and
the time.
And if I unfollow them and they text me, what I'm gonna say, sorry, well, you exist, so like that makes me sad. Like, no. So in that sense, I have this one friend that I love dearly, dearly, dearly. She is easily one of the most talented people, and she has, when I tell you, the fattest ass and most beautiful body. And working out for her is like doing 1 crunch every other Sunday. And
there's some people like that.
And she has a wonderful life, but she works very, very hard. And I had to mute her for like a few months. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm over it. I love her. Mm-hmm. I would do anything for her, Do I wish I had her butt? Yeah. But alas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are some other things that you do for like mental health or just to like for like overall wellness?
For mental health, I meditate every day. And I think when people first meet me or see me online, they don't think that I could ever be like capable of like meditating, but I take my meditation very, very seriously. Something else I do is I really do believe in affirmations.
Me too.
I love my affirmations. I really do live by, but if I want it, why can't I have it? But not like the girl in Willy Wonka where she's like, I want the golden goose daddy. Like not that person, like in a way where it's like, I work really hard and I deserve, a vacation, an Airbnb in Connecticut in a cabin for 3 days and not feel guilty about that, because there is this idea of the internet is so instant, like McDonald's, for instant gratification, like so fast, that if you're not uploading all the time, this idea that people will forget you, and it's not true. Mm-hmm. I've gone weeks without posting before. Do my DMs get violent? Yeah. Where the fuck are you? I'm like, oh my God. But something else that I do all the time is I think that little me, when you're a child, you know exactly what you wanted to do. You just find your way back to that eventually. But what you wanted to do as a kid is like what really makes you happy. And I think what made me happy as a kid was to like express myself and be seen and be heard in whatever way that meant. Maybe it meant, no, you guys can't eat dinner until I perform this song. Like maybe it was that. But I felt a lot of confidence issues because Miami for me was a very big toxic place for me. It was very cliquey and very catty for me for a lot of ways. So finally visiting like that little girl who I think was really happy doing those things, about once a week I go in my mind and I visit her and I tell her all the things that we're doing. And we like jump up and down and we hug each other. And she's like, I can't wait to hear all about it. And that's something I do to just remember who I'm really doing it for, and doing it for my happiness benefits everybody around me. Like in the airplane with the oxygen mask, you can't help anybody
unless you help yourself first.
Yeah. So I think that makes me feel good,
And we were talking a little bit, you manifest too. You believe in like manifestation.
Absolutely, I do it every day.
What is that, and like how can people do that?
I think the biggest thing is if you don't think that you deserve it or you're scared that somebody else is going to take it from you, you're already canceling that. So that's first and foremost, you got to work on like why you don't feel worthy or deserving of what you want. Because baby, we're in a simulation. We're about to get unplugged in the Matrix any second now, so you might as well, right? So one, you have to tackle those feelings, and then once you do, you can manifest by walking around as though you have already received the news or you've already received what you want, and having that energy really is like a magnet for you. So, for example, I hope that you're not manifesting a text from some dude, but if you are, you spend the whole day walking around as though he already texted you. Like, how would that feel? Tap into that. And then you start saying out loud, I manifested my career by telling everybody, saying, what do you want to do? And I said, I'm going to be paid for being myself. And I said that for months straight. And I really believed it.
Yeah.
I really believed it because I don't have any real skills. Ask me if I can turn a PDF into a Word doc. I don't know how I kept my job. It was awful. It was awful. So I just kept saying that and saying that and saying that. And I really believed it. And I really thought, like I love people and I want to be around people and I deserve a job that I really love. And I think that would be great. What my job is right now, I have no idea. But whatever it's turning into, I'm really enjoying and I'm very grateful for.
Hey everyone, Olivia here. Hope you're enjoying our episode. Our Clear Cut collection features fine jewelry pieces inspired and designed with you in mind. Our collection is ever-changing and each piece is handmade and made to order here in New York City. Don't forget to check it out and use the code COZY, COZY, for free shipping on any purchase. I love following you on TikTok. I'll like sit on my couch and like just laugh out loud. And I especially love all of like your celebrity commentary.
Thank you.
I want to play a little game. So on what we do is I'll rate celebrity engagement rings.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. This is amazing.
But I want to hear your take on rating celebrity engagement rings. So we have a couple rings that look like similar like celebrity engagement rings.
One of them is J-Lo's.
Well,
Neil Lane, isn't it? Am I wrong?
I tried to pick people that were like
one of this looks identical to J-Lo's pink one.
J-Lo's pink one from Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah, of course.
Imagine if he gives it to her.
I will literally combust and die.
Gives it back to her.
I'll die. I'll die. Or imagine if he gives it to me.
Then you'll really die.
Die. Yes. Okay. Keep going.
So yeah, I'm just gonna describe some like celebrity engagement rings, what they are, and then you tell me like rate them from 0 to 10. 10 obviously being the best.
10 being like dream ring, gorgeous.
Yes.
Okay.
So we first have an Amal Clooney.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
So very classic. Well, I'm not gonna give my commentary. So this is a 10 karat emerald cut with tapered baguettes in a platinum like 3-stone setting like she has.
Tapered baguettes.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what that means.
Those are the side stones.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay, this is the ring for an intellectual. This is the ring. How do I say this? This is the ring that when you meet somebody that is trying, another woman in the workplace that's being catty and mean, this is the ring that you set down so that she sees and she goes, I hope you have a great day. That's that ring. And I have to get back to saving people's lives as Amal.
Yeah. So she's like,
this is an intellectual. This is equestrian riding. This is, you know what I mean? Ralph Lauren. This is, there's a word I'm looking for. This is like, my favorite actress growing up was Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like, elegant, waspy.
So waspy.
Yeah.
And not Karen.
No.
But a little bit.
Like Northeast.
This isn't G-Wagon. This is Range Rover.
So how would you rate that from 0 to 10?
Oh my God. Oh my God. How would I rate this?
You can be
0 to
honest.
10?
It's your opinion.
Like if somebody gave this to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just your opinion.
No, this is not a Tefi ring. This is a 7. I mean, hello, it's huge. I'd be like, I can become this person for this ring. I'll learn horse riding now.
7 out of 10?
Yeah, I'll croquet with you. Like, I'll do it, you know, but 7 out of 10.
Okay. Fair. Then we have Britney Spears recently got engaged with a 4 karat round diamond. Hers is in a plain platinum band. I only have one with pave diamonds on the side, so imagine if it was plain. So this is similar to her ring.
This looks like a Tiffany's classic ring. Okay. I know because I was planning my wedding to Reggie Bush in 2005. I had the Knot.com profile that I was paying for.
Stop.
I loved him.
So were you jealous of Kim Kardashian? Weren't they dating during that time?
They broke up, and then remember how they broke up and she was like, go have fun with your whores? And I was like, oh, he's not for me. Whores? Maybe one, have fun with your whore. I'm like, wow, people fuck up. Yeah. But whores? No. My God, it breaks my heart. I am so like naive. I asked somebody the other day, I was like, do you think LeBron cheats on Savannah? And they were like,
definitely not. Probably.
I started crying. I was like, what?
You're probably right. But I like to have this image.
Who would cheat on Savannah? Oh, whatever. Ayesha Curry. Okay.
Oh,
whatever. Whatever. This I'm going to give. To me, this is a little. And I think this is about Britney too. And Britney Spears is my blood. I love her, right? Britney Jean. But to me, this is very like Pinteresty girl. Live, laugh, love girl.
But she's kind of like that.
She's absolutely that. She loves fairies.
Yeah.
You know? And I love fairies because she loves fairies. But very much like that Pinterest cursive at the wedding where it's like table 1 or like enter as friends, leave as family. Yeah. You know? Like I can't. So it is a little, for me, this is, I'm going to say It's a little corny, but it's still classic at the same. It's safe. It's a safe ring. It's a safe ring. So I'm going to say 5.
Okay. 5 out of 10.
I just need something a little bit rock and roll, you know?
So 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Okay.
Just because I've seen it and I like it, and it's just not for me. But I know that for Brittany, she loves it. I think Brittany would have accepted a ring pop. She doesn't care, you know.
I'm happy for Brittany.
I love if you make me cry on this podcast. I can't.
I'm happy for her. She's starting her new life.
She's she's very free. Yeah, I love her very, very much.
So last but not least, Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker.
This is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Hold on, we haven't even seen it.
Okay.
So it's the big oval on the pave band.
This is 10 out of 10. This is 10 out of 10. This is my dream ring. This is my dream ring. I think for me, I do like a thick gold band, but a thick diamond is like...
You'll take a thick diamond instead.
Like, it's just...
So this is about the same size as hers. It's like about 9 carats.
This is insanity. This is actual insanity. I didn't like Chloe's ring. Chloe's ring looked like
Which one?
I know. Tristan Thompson gave her one. I don't know.
The pear shape with the pear shaped side stones.
It was like it looked like a NFL Super Bowl ring. Like those big, you know what I'm talking about? This is like or Cardi's ring they're like massive. And I just feel like your ring does not have to have like a femininity to it, but I feel like that's not romantic. It's not romantic anymore. It's just like it's like a statement of money.
Yes.
And that to me
it's just flashy.
It's just flashy. And to me, for me, a ring is like very much still celebrating. Like people who get married today still believe in that like romantic. A lot of people don't get married anymore, you know, but people who still get married, they do it because they love that romance, you know, and they do believe in having a partner and sharing a life with somebody. And rings like that just don't say that to me.
But this one does.
I think this looks like a ring that you would see in a Disney movie, but still like, hi, MTV Cribs, welcome to my house. My husband is like Tommy Lee Jones, like a rock star. Does that make sense?
But it's a very like classic style too.
It is. But there's just something about it. There's something about it. Doesn't it look amazing on me? It's really a little crazy.
It looks pretty good on you.
Yeah, I think it's for me. Just kidding.
This one's gold. It doesn't look like any celebrity engagement ring, but I thought
love gold.
You'd be into it.
Austin Powers.
So it's an emerald cut in all yellow with
this looks like the ring from Reese Witherspoon's Sweet Home Alabama. I have these things filed away in places.
The one she got at Tiffany?
The one she got at Tiffany. Yeah. Well, Patrick Dempsey. Do you know that I thought that mom of his was Martha Stewart for many years? I could not differentiate them at all. Yeah, this one to me is a little...
It's not doing it for you.
No, it's a little more rock and... That's what it is. It's personality.
Yeah.
I like them to have personality. This is a person that specifically chose yellow because of their what they like, not because what is pretty or what is safe. That's what I like about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Sick.
So how would you rate this one?
Oh, this is a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
For me.
So Kourtney's 10 out of 10.
10 out of freaking 10. The most beautiful, I'm trying to think of the most beautiful engagement ring I've ever seen. You know, I think the most beautiful engagement ring I've ever seen is one of my ex-boyfriends. He just got married. One of my ex-boyfriends, he's very nice. He showed me his great-grandmother's ring. And it was just stunning. But I think it's because like he showed it to me like it was so precious. And I remember thinking, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm still gonna cheat on you. Like, so, sorry, oopsies. When you're 19, you fuck up, you know. But a lot while they're in Spain. It doesn't matter. But I think the most beautiful rings to me do have a little bit of personality, but they do feel loving. You know, does that make sense?
Something a little unique with like some story.
Something a little unique, yeah. And I hate to say rock and roll again, but I really do. And, you know, I have been wanting to be the rock star girlfriend way before these little, like Kim Kardashian in the roller coaster doing the the rock and roll.
Do you think she's actually seeing David?
I think that it's good after a divorce to definitely show peepees to one another. I think it's very healthy for her. I don't know if she wants Pete Davidson to be the stepfather of her children, but I think a fling. I think that after you're going through a divorce, and I think it seems as though, from what I've read and from what I've heard, that Kim and Kanye still support each other very much. Sometimes it's nice to be flirted with and have some attention and have a guy make you laugh. And if he's funny and tall, what more do you need?
Do you think they're going to get back together, Kim and Kanye?
No. I mean, I think...
Isn't their divorce on hold?
I think that there is I think respect can be really, really romantic. But I think that Kanye West is someone who puts his art before his family. And I think that is hard after a while. You know,
Yeah.
I think sometimes you do want to lay in bed and like watch movies together and like laugh and eat snacks in bed. And I think Kim Kardashian is really, really busy. So when she does get a chance to do that and he's living in Wyoming, that can be a little lonely. So maybe they are friends, but sometimes friends do kisses.
Yeah.
So
We know that.
good for her. Whatever it is, good for her, girl. You know?
Yeah. What's like a piece of jewelry that is like extra special and like sentimental to you?
I feel like there is one. Well, my grandfather passed away, and I love him very, very, very much. His nickname for me was Miss Universe because before dinner, I would just sit down and have like a toilet paper here, that like toilet paper roll that would say Miss Florida. I know. So I've had this for a while, and it's just Scarface, The World Is Yours is also very important to me. But then there's a C somewhere.
Oh,
here.
yeah, I see it.
See, and I got it when he passed away, and I've never taken it
sweet.
off. So that to me, he is someone who I'm sad that when he died, I was still getting started. But he's definitely somebody that like I would like make a lanyard, and he'd be like, "That's amazing!" Like you know, like he was a really big person in my life. So to lose him was really sad. But now I feel like we can be together all the time, the way that we wanted to be. So that is a reminder that we're always together.
That's so sweet.
I guess.
I kind of want to switch gears and talk a little bit about your whole dress hole thing.
Holgate?
Okay. Oh my god, I was dying.
You don't understand. So I got to I was supposed to go to London the day before, but my project in LA took longer than we thought. And that day I was going to be in London was a day I was going to go to showrooms and try on dresses, or just freaking go to Zara.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Who cares? I don't care if it's Mystique Boutique. I just need something to wear. So when I got there, my assistant, who is British but lives in Brooklyn, I was like, you need to help me find a dress. And she's like, it's going to be really hard. I'm like, I know it's going to be really hard. That's why you need to do it now, because I'm going to shave my head. I'm so stressed out because we had to do run-throughs on the carpet. So I didn't even have a chance to like DM somebody on Instagram and be like, can I please? So she tracks down this showroom, and like 10 minutes before I'm supposed to get on the carpet, I'm already ready, like with hair and makeup, and the messenger, I'm not kidding you, like literally like throws me the bag. I did not have time. So when people are like, how could the stylist not tell you? I don't even know if the showroom knew I got the dress. Like it was so fast. So I had to be there by 3:30. It was like 3:15 and like a 5-minute Uber drive. And I get the dress. I hadn't shaved my legs since we stormed the beaches of Normandy. It was like my leg hair was like this. So I look at my manager, and she is with me and the makeup artist, and I'm like, "Do you like the dress?" Like, "It's amazing." And I go, "Oh, there's a hole." So I only shaved and moisturized the hole. I only shaved and moisturized this stupid hole. So I'm on the carpet or whatever, and I'm walking up and down that stupid carpet.
I thought it was like a funky cutout.
I thought it was like an Austin Powers 60s retro, whatever. I have one more interview to do. I've been there for 3 hours, and my friend Patti that works at TikTok was there to help make sure that everything ran smoothly on their end and for myself. I love them. She was holding my phone like to get pictures of me to send my mom, and she looks at me. She goes, "You're getting a lot of texts." And I go, "It's probably just my family." She goes, "No, like it's a lot of like Tefi please." And I go, "What?" And I have one more interview to do, so I'm done for the night basically. Yeah. I'm soaked. It was raining. Yeah. You know, I look like a wet velveteen rabbit because the dress was velvet or whatever. And I check my phone, and the first thing I see is from my assistant saying, "Tefi, for the love of God, put your leg through the fucking hole." And my stomach dropped, and I was like, "I'm locked in. I can't. I only shaved the hole." There's not, and what am I going to do now? I've been photographed up and down, and I can't re-photograph myself because I'm I'm drenched, and I can't just all of a sudden go behind a poster and come back with my leg through the hole. They're gonna know. And so then she was like, it was pretty awful. So then I'm interviewing this last person, and people are like, "Boo, you suck," because like Timothy Chalamet, Saudi Arabia, is upset that I'm talking to him. Whatever. Oh my God, I spilled this everywhere. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Oh my God. Well, this is what I looked like because the velvet. I'm like interviewing this person, and I'm like shaking because I know that my leg is supposed to go through this stupid hole.
So you found out while you were on the carpet.
Like worst nightmare. So then I get home and I can't sleep, and my assistant's like, "Could you just take one picture with your leg through the hole for the showroom because they're upset?" And I was like, "They're mad at you?" And she's like, I'm like, "Do they know it's not your fault?" And then it's because I'm a stupid. And
but it probably got them so many more eyeballs.
So then I was like, let me make this TikTok so that they know that my assistant is a beautiful, lovely angel that did the best she could across an ocean. And it was my mistake because plans didn't work out and I didn't manage my time, whatever. And I had to fly. Whatever. So I made that TikTok, and I woke up in the middle of the night to pee or whatever, to do a number one. And I check my phone, I go, 3 million views.
It was hysterical.
So weird. And then I started getting emails from like, "Hi, we're the Daily Mail." And I was like, this is insane. But I literally text my best friend like every so often being like, "My leg was supposed to go through the hole." My first like real red carpet.
But I think that was like the best case scenario.
Girl, and the one girl that did the TikTok about me for my Halloween costume, and she goes at the end, "To be honestly, the leg does look better through the hole. How could you?" How could you? But yeah, that was insanity. It was insanity.
That was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am going to continue following your antics and your content. I'm so...
Oh, please do. If you unfollowed me after this, I would have a panic attack.
I would never.
Thank you.
I'm like one of your biggest fans.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
So where can everyone follow you? Like, watch your content?
Okay. On TikTok, Hello Tefi. That's Tefi. I'm on Instagram, same handle. On the Twitters too, same handle,
Do you tweet?
I tweet the memes on Twitter, dude. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I tweet a lot. I really enjoy Twitter, and I feel like that's where I'm like the most personal, I think. Like I'm the most like, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm in the mood to throw my blow dryer in the tub right now." Like I'm very honest on there. And I think on like Instagram, that was a little dark, huh?
It was a little dark.
It's okay. But that's who I am. I'm rock and roll.
Yeah.
I feel like on Instagram, I try to be less like portfolio and gallery. I've been on TikTok, like I'll make a video and pimple cream. So, I mean, you've seen them probably.
Yeah. But I love the authenticity.
Thank you. I try not to think of authenticity is such a buzzword, or like transparency is such a buzzword. So I try to think about it as like just having a conversation.
Like relatability. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Such a treat. And I hope you have a safe trip to LA. How hilarious is Tefi? I'm obsessed with her and all of her content. You guys definitely have to follow her. What is something that you are manifesting for your future right now? Let us know.